What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Racing Dudes YouTube channel. Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily. New music, Magic. We played it Sunday. You weren't here. If you like the new music, the new opening, it's all Magic. So good job, Magic.
Thank you. Yeah, if you don't like it, blame Aaron. He picked the music. So
Nope. That was Magic. I didn't do anything. Okay, I may have. So, yeah, well, we're back for another week. We had an up and down week. We made a small profit last week, so we're going to try to close out January on a good roll here. We've had a good month. Let's just get right to it, boys, and we'll go for my favorite thing to cover, the NBA, the Nuggets and the Knicks tonight. Total sits at 222.5. Nuggets are 2.5-point favorite here on the road against the Knicks. Papa Dude, who you like in this one?
Oh, this is a good one. Picked a good one. Every time we talk about Denver on the road, we say they're not very good, and then they win. It seems like they win every time we say they're not very good on the road. The Knicks are one of those teams that's kind of quiet, playing well. You know, you don't think about them as being in the upper part of the league, but they are in the Eastern Division. I think they'll be ready for this game tonight. Give me the Knicks to upset the Nuggets. I'm going to take the Knicks and the points tonight.
All right, he's taking the Knicks and the points. Magic, what do you think?
I'm with you. I think the Knicks are going to win this one. Yeah, they're on a 7-3 run against in their last 10 games against the spread. The Nuggets are 3-6-1 against the spread, 8-15-1 against the spread on the road. So, yeah, I think the Knicks are going to get the job done.
All right, we're going to go clean sweep of the Knicks. I'm going to go with the Knicks as well here. I will go over that 225 or 222.5 total as well. So give me the Knicks and the over. All right, Magic, we're going to let you go first on this one because it does involve your best tier, your most favorite team. I guess that's still not great, but that's how I'll phrase it. Flyers and Red Wings tonight. Red Wings are minus 130 at home. Total sitting 6.5. What do you like in this one?
Take the over on this one. Detroit plays high-tempo offense and no puck possession on defense. And the Flyers, they've allowed 18 goals in their last 3 games. The last time that they faced Detroit, it was a 7-6 shootout loss. Win for the Red Wings, loss for the Flyers. So, these teams like to score the goals, and they don't really care what their poor goalies are doing in the other end. They just like, okay, yeah, no, you can do it. All right, now I'm going to go. It's kind of like watching the old Phoenix Suns basketball back when Steve Nash was running things. It's like they'd score, and then they just kind of like half-heartedly just kind of walk back and just to make sure they got the ball. Okay, now we're going to go score again. So I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. A lot of rumors and talks and discussion, and I'm trying to not make any assumptions until we get facts on it. But
yeah. If you've missed it, Carter Hart is a leave of absence. Him and 5 other players have been accused of sexual assault, and they had to give themselves up basically in Canada. So that is the starting goalie for the Flyers. He's been out, and since he's been out, Kevin B is right. They have really struggled, and they've struggled specifically giving up a lot of goals. They've lost the last 3 games. They're giving up 5 and 6 a night. That being said, Papa Dude, Flyers or Red Wings tonight?
So they had to give themselves up in Canada?
Yes. And forgive me, I don't know the names of all of them, but I know Carter Hart was one of the big ones.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But then they were released and they could come back into the United States. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just wondered. I guess in Canada, sexual assault means something. In this country, it doesn't. Obviously, look at the leading candidate in the Republican Party. But anyway, having said that, which I probably shouldn't have. But anyway,
nope.
That would be a problem, losing the goalie, and that's got to cause all kinds of controversy in the locker room and distractions. I'm going the Red Wings tonight, Magic. I think they're going to get off the schneid and beat them. I have trouble with the Red Wings. I miss them a lot. So they're kind of hard to read. But they can put the puck in the net. I think they get off the schneid tonight and get Philadelphia at home.
All right. I'm thinking Red Wings as well. So I guess my thing is until we kind of see what happens there in Philly. But by the way, Philly was having a really nice season. But until that kind of gets stabilized from the goaltender standpoint, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. So I'm with you. I'm going to take the Red Wings as well tonight. They're a pretty darn good home team as well, as Magic knows. So Red Wings for me. All right, one more hockey game. We'll go to Magic again for the first on this one. Predators at Wild. The Wild minus 120 tonight. Total sits a little bit lower. These two teams definitely play defense a little more than those two teams we just talked about. Magic, who you got in this one?
This is a tough one. Both teams are pretty kind of middle of the road when it comes to their spread rankings and the puck line and the over-unders. With the total being this low, it begs you to try and go under. I think I'll play over on the hope that this ends up being like a 4-2 game here, or that, like a 3-2 and then an empty netter for Minnesota late. Minnesota, their last 10, the 7 overs, 2 unders, and 1 push, and Nashville is 4 overs, 6 unders. So, with the over/under total dropping a little bit here, I'll go with the over, but it's not a strong play at all.
Yeah, I think this is like the definition of a real top toss-up. Papadou Predators, Wild tonight. Should be a good game. Who you like in this one?
I think you're right. This is a toss-up game. This is a big one for the Blues tonight. We need Minnesota to beat Nashville.
Yep.
Our Blues, that's why I got my hoodie on today. Wow. They've won 2 games on the road this week. I didn't think they'd win either one of them.
No.
Huge win last night in Vancouver after blowing it and then winning in overtime. Big win. So we need the Predators to lose tonight. The Wild are playing better after playing really bad for a long time. They've won a couple now. I like the Wild to beat the Predators, but I don't think I would bet much on these two teams for sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. They are identical teams. I think the under is the play in this one. I'd go first period under that 1.5 goals. That's a popular bet we've been talking about on this show for a long time, and I think that's the play here as well. I just think it'll be a tight game. I'm not on a side tonight. I'm just going to go unders on those totals, first period and full game. All right. Let's get to Gulfstream. We'll be at Gulfstream a lot this weekend with the Pegasus. But today we've got pretty good racing. 9 races on the card today at Gulfstream Park. We're going to start with race 8. That'll be the race of the day. Race 8, starter allowance going 5.5 furlongs on the synthetic surface. We've got some scratches in here. It did kind of ruin this a little bit. Scratch down to a field of 6. Magic, who do you like in this one?
Yeah, I like this horse a little better when it was a field of 8, just because I thought I'd get 6-1 on the one Nikki Jolene. I'm going to go with Nikki Jolene, a bit of an upset here. This is a filly who actually broke her maiden sprinting against New York breds at Belmont Park. Open company, got the job done with Irad Ortiz aboard. They tried a couple stakes races with her, found out she's really just not of that caliber. And, again, she was facing New York. She's a New York bred, facing New York breds her first 2 starts. So the last time out, they dropped her to the starter allowance level, offered her for the $35K optional tag, and those were a better competitive horses than what she faces in here. This is now $16K starter allowance optional, and she's in for that $16K tag. So some of these horses have had to run for $16,000 or less. She hasn't done that. She's going to do that for the first time here. Velasquez keeps them out. I'm always a fan of Robert Falcone Jr., the trainer, too. He handles horses the right way, and they don't always pop with things the right way, but I think with this filly, this is the right spot for her. If she's facing open company, 16K starter allowance is kind of the right spot. So I'll go with her on the rail to hopefully get a trip like when she broke her maiden gate to wire with Irad aboard and see if we can beat the heavily bet Safi Jusuf Jr. horse in here.
All right. Well, you got Safi's name in there. I knew that. I was hoping Fox was in this race somewhere. You could pick him, but disappointingly not. All right, Papa Dude, who you got?
Well, I don't know who I like, but I hate the favorite. Right? Do you guys like the favorite?
I have the favorite on top, but go ahead.
Okay, well, tell me why, because I don't get it. Okay, it's won one time, $35,000 maiden. Okay, so then they put it in a starter allowance, ran okay, finished 4th, and then they tried it in a 300K stakes on the dirt, which makes no sense, and only lost by just a small margin, 42.5 lengths. I can't pick a 7-5 horse, Aaron, that lost by 42.5 lengths. You know that. So I'm going to go the 7 Special Affair just because he's been running, or this horse been running in this category. Not been running great, but I don't see why it can't win this race. So I'm going Special Affair, the 7.
Yeah, I went with the 5. A parity pleaser. I think you look at the synthetic form, it's probably her form is just a little bit better than everybody else on the synthetic. The race 3 back when she broke the maiden going 5 furlongs on the synthetic. I think that race will win this one today. The only one I'm really kind of concerned about is the 8 Wisco Disco. I think this is a horse that has never tried synthetic, has some decent races over the dirt. I think if takes to the surface, that one could be a little bit tough. But I think the main thing here is this is a pretty brutal race. Like it with the scratches, especially, this thing really kind of it's not great. I think the 5 is just the best of a pretty bad group here. So yeah, I do like the 5. I don't hate the pick of the 7 or the 1 either. I think, those are the main contenders there with the 8, and Shotty kind of brings up the 8 as well. And so does Dennis. So yeah, I think those 4 are the main ones, but I did end up with the 5 on top. All right, Magic, let's go to the best bets and let's kick it off with you. You're going down to Sunland today. Tell us why.
I almost went to Gulfstream, and then I realized I do a lot better when I'm at Sunland. Yeah, we're going to go ride the Fincher train at Sunland Park. It's never a bad idea to do that. The number 7, Marked Money, the 6-5 favorite here. 5.5 furlongs, 5K claimers, and Ramos gets the mount back here. This Philly, I'm still thinking of the last race. This guy has been facing much tougher competition, was in higher allowance and stakes level company versus New Mexico breds, and actually won 3 straight at Sunray Park and Ruidoso Downs. I've noticed, and Aaron, you could probably speak to this a lot better than I can because you follow it closer, but the New Mexico circuit is usually very formful, and then they get to Albuquerque Downs, and it's like horses that are doing well just are terrible, and horses that are terrible elsewhere suddenly win a big race. I kind of treat Albuquerque Downs like Los Al when it comes to California racing. Like, all right, if you popped a big number there and you're bad everywhere else, you're just a good horse at that track, or vice versa. So, yeah, I'm going to ride this horse. The 5K claimer, by far the lowest he's ever run at, is a 4-year-old gelded New Mexico bred who's already earned them $110,000. They're kind of saying, like, we want to win this race. We think we're going to win this race with this horse. If you want to buy this horse for $5,000 after we get the winner's share of this purse, it's just the cherry on the top. So, yeah, give me the 7 Marked Money here. Should be very strong.
All right, Marked Money in the 6th race today at Sunland. So we'll see if Magic can stay hot at Sunland. That is definitely your track right now. You've been even when the horses like break dead last 20 behind, they win for you. So I don't blame you for sticking right there with Sunland. All right, let's keep the small little tracks going here, Magic. I went to Delta Downs today for mine. I'm going to go race 5 on the card. A 10K claimer. I'm going number 7, Prado's Priority. Look, this is Carl Broberg first off the claim, so that's always a good thing. The horse has taken a little bit of drop. He's been facing Louisiana breds at the allowance and starter allowance level. Last time out, just missed by a head. 2 races back, just missed by a neck. So he's been very close against tougher horses. Today, I think this horse projects to get the lead, and I just don't think there's going to be enough behind him to come get him. So I really like number 7, Prado's Priority, here in the 5th race today at Delta. I kind of looked at a few from Gulfstream, just like Magic, and there's a couple I like, but just didn't pull the trigger on as far as a best bet. So Delta Downs, race 5. I like the number 7, Prado's Priority today. All right, Papa Dude, you're going back to a team that almost blew a surefire bet for you. So tell us who you like today.
Oh, I know. I thought about that. Kevin, I love that angle you're taking there with Albany tonight too, plus 3.5 over Maine. I like that one as well. Aaron, I love your angle on Broberg. First off the claim at a smaller track that's usually gold. Now, if it's at Oaklawn or somewhere like that, you want to be a little bit cautious, but not at a place like Delta where he shines, does really well to smaller tracks. So I really like that angle. I'm going Western Kentucky tonight. They're coming off a 2-game losing streak on the road after they had been playing really, really well. Like you say, they blew that game in New Mexico State and lost the next one as well. I think that was at UTEP. Those are UTEP's decent. They're coming home. They're better than what they played. I think they're going to take it out on Florida International tonight at home and get things going. 6.5's doable. So I like the Hilltoppers to bounce back tonight and kill Florida International on the home court.
All right. Well, hopefully they're able to do it. Who was it they were playing that game when they blew that big lead and still covered?
New Mexico State.
That's right. Yeah.
Remember, they were hitting 3s from Texas. They were hitting.
Yes, that's right.
It was not miss.
They were up like 23 points and ended up in a miracle cover. So, yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what Western Kentucky will do tonight. I don't know, but I know I'll have to watch.
It's a 6 o'clock game, I think. No, 7. I believe it's at 7.
Okay. So. Well, All right. Well, it's a pretty busy day. Hopefully, I'm at least got it on in the background. All right. Let's go to the best bets here. I'm going to go Delta Downs, race 5, the number 7, Prado's Priority. Magic's going Sunland, race 6, number 7, Marked Money. Papa Dude's going Western Kentucky, -6.5. We're up $1,100 for the year so far. So a very good January. Hopefully, we can keep it going through this week, guys. All right. We've got a lot going on. Like I said, Papa Dude and I will be back at noon. We're going to talk about the NFL playoffs, obviously, and we're also going to talk a little bit about the Pegasus World Cup itself. Then we'll save the rest of the Pegasus coverage for the other shows today. That being said, blinkers off. We'll definitely have full coverage of the Pegasus. And Magic, tell us about Magic Mike Show today.
Well, we're going to actually, it's going to surprise you, actually, because of Saturday's big slate. We're going to go to Gulfstream Park and cover the all-graded stakes late pick 5. That's the inside information. The Fred Hooper, the Philly Mare Turf, the Pegasus Turf, and of course the Pegasus. So Aaron and I spent a lot of time yesterday, talking about ticket construction, which was really great. I went through a couple of different iterations before I landed on mine, and pressing some strong opinions because there are a couple of favorites that I like. There's also a couple of favorites I'm trying to beat in that spot, and of course you'll see whatever kind of wacky shenanigans Mike Somich comes up with, and his argument for why Hoist the Gold is probably going to win the Pegasus World Cup this year. So tune in for that one. 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific.
Yeah, it'll be fun to get everybody's take on the Pegasus today. There is a little bit of Pegasus in the chat. This isn't the show for it, but we got 3 shows coming up where you definitely can chat, and we'll put those comments up and discuss it with you. So obviously everything kind of pointing towards that. Yeah, one plug I do want to mention, guys, if you are into Discord, I obviously was not until the Racing Dudes Discord channel started. There is the link that you can join the Discord. It's pretty fun so far. It has been really great. Everybody's been cordial and just having a good time talking about the horses. And we got other stuff, other channels in there too you can join. So it's been good so far. Join in if you haven't already. It's just a fun little community where people are talking. So it's a lot of fun. All right. That'll do it for this show. We got to get going because I got a lot to do today, and so does everybody else. So we'll get going for now. Good luck, everybody. If you don't see us later today, good luck if we don't see you for all your bets today. And we will be back here in about 40 minutes. Papa Dude and I talking about the NFL and the Pegasus.